How's it going, laser bruises up? I'll be Sixkilla and welcome back to Ever 17. And now I've got to apologise for how disjointed these skipped runs are, like we had with Sarah as well. The ones with the heavily skipped things, they don't really make sense on their own. You really need to watch the last run to get to fill in the blanks for context. Otherwise it can be pretty hard to follow, I understand. But I don't want to go over the same stuff I've already read, because that would be boring for you. You've already heard it already. So I feel like this is the better of two options. If you watch the whole series, you should be able to fill in the blanks easy enough. If you just come in randomly, it's probably not going to make a lot of sense, unfortunately. Anyway, let's carry on with Tsugumi's ending. I don't think we'll be too far away because we're skipping through it pretty damn quick. She confided her secrets to me on the jellyfish gondola. Virus carrier. A body that never dies. A body that never grows old. Her healed scar. It was also hard to believe. Could such a mind-boggling story even be true? I was still unable to completely believe it. I glanced up and noticed Coco and the others had stopped playing. Huh? What's she doing? With a worried look on his face, the kid was watching Coco intently. Pee-Pee, too, had his eyes on her. In the middle of the rest area stood 4 stone statues. Coco's... oh yeah. We should be able to skip again. Yes, we can. Oh, we have to hit the kid this time, which is pretty crappy to do. But, well, maybe we'll snap him out of it with a good slap. That's what happens in the cartoons, right? Snap out of it. You better brace yourself. Whack! I struck the kid hard on his cheek. Ah! It hurt. It had to have hurt him. My hand even hurt. But more than the pain in my hand, my heart hurt. I let go of the kid's collar and he backed away slowly. Everyone watched us silently. You hit me. Ouch. Ugh. Damn it. Damn it. Tears welled up in his eyes. Kid, look over at Tsugumi. She injured her leg terribly and almost drowned. She had surgery. If it were me, I'd have probably died, but she pulled through it. I pointed at Tsugumi. Tsugumi stood silently. The kid timidly raised his eyes to look at her, but soon stared back at the floor again. But, Takeshi, you can say that, but I'm not Tsugumi. We're not all the same. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm just not that strong. And I never will be. I can't go on living. I don't want to go on living. So then, I should just... I don't want to make him say the rest, but I couldn't stop him. I knew how hard it would be for him to say. Even if I wasn't that strong. Everyone waited for Kid's next words in silence. They were probably unthinkable. So what do you want to do? What? What do you want to do, kid? Tsugumi took a step forward and stared at the kid. Those eyes were unfeeling and quiet. Come on, you can tell me. I want to know what you want to do. Softly, she approached the kid one step at a time. Everyone was so caught off guard that they couldn't move, couldn't say a word. What? You can't say it? He tried to say something, but no words would come out of his mouth. He'd also forgotten how to back away. Tsugumi went up to the kid and touched him. You don't want to live? The kid tried to nod, but his head wouldn't budge. So you want to die then? The kid couldn't respond either. Say something, please. I don't know what you mean. Tsugumi asked the kid, her tone neutral. So which is it? Do you want to die? Do you want to live? So you can't answer. Well then. Don't ever say that again. Okay? The kid broke down in tears and fell to the floor covered in water. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. You suddenly spurred into action, ran over to the kid and wrapped her arms around his shoulders. Sora looked down and covered her face with her hands. She was trembling. Coco and Pee-Pee were staring at everyone, speechless. Tsugumi? Not knowing what else to say, I just stood there. I looked at her face, but I couldn't read what she was thinking from her expression. Takeshi? Come here for a second. Seeing that I was confused, Tsugumi ran over to me. Eyebrows raised, she glared at me strongly. What was she thinking? Ouch! What are you doing? That hurts. Stop whining and get over here. Come on, hurry up. Totally clueless, I followed along behind her. She grabbed at my ear and mercilessly tugged. Let go of me, Tsugumi. Why are you doing this? Ouch! Wordlessly, she doggedly moved forward. She kept a firm grip on me and kept pulling so that I couldn't get away. You ripped my ear off. It's seriously gonna come off. Sheriff, this is killing me. Let go of me, please. We kept climbing the stairs. She wouldn't let go no matter how I pleaded, so I finally shut up. And when we finally made it to the second floor, she let go of my ear. Whew, thank heavens. I mean, what are you doing? Are you crazy? Quit your bitching. Just when I thought you'd finally shut up. Tsugumi let out a big sigh. What's that face supposed to mean? Just what it looks like. I'm so disappointed in you. She furrowed her brow and looked at me. She pinched the bridge of her nose. She shook her head. She looked completely fed up. Tsugumi turned and she started walking away from me. Hey, wait a second. Why? What's with you? Did I do something to you? I hurried over to her and insisted that she answer me. No. No, it's not like that. You don't understand anything. And throwing back her shoulders, she picked up her pace. What don't I understand? I mean, things were getting out of hand back there. If you hadn't said something, I don't know how that would have turned out. I'm glad you did. I'm really sorry, and thanks. Hey, wait, Tsugumi? I kept yelling as I chased after her. You, of all people, know how serious the situation is, right? So how come you're... No, that's not it. That's not it, that's not it. You're angry at me, right? Why are you so mad? Please tell me. Tsugumi stopped at the entrance to quail. Okay, I will. It's a stupid question, but I'll answer it for you anyway. Okay. All of a sudden, Tsugumi smiled at me. I flinched. Do you remember what you said earlier? Me? Let's see. I was fairly angry, so I really don't remember that well. It might not have been all there at the time, but you know. I really don't think I said anything wrong to the kid, and I'm sure about that. Yeah. I guess it looks like you weren't wrong. That's why I'm mad. Oh, you're an asshole. Tsugumi jumped into the jellyfish gondola. I got on soon after her and closed the door. The gondola zipped into the tube and out into the ocean. I get so frustrated. Tsugumi pounded the shell of the jellyfish with her fist. Her expression was one of annoyance again. The gondola swayed slightly as it moved forward slowly. Was it really enough to be alive? You say you're one of us, so you should cooperate. And that's how you keep pushing him to agree with you. And buy into all your fake ideals. I can't believe how irresponsible you can be. Who the hell do you think you are? You've really got some nerve talking like that. So what else could I do? It's better than just standing by and watching him sink into despair. It's better to have a little hope than nothing at all, right? You're such a hypocrite. Well, you know what? You're selfish and self-righteous. And you're always faking like you don't care about anyone. You go around hurting people on purpose and making them feel like crap. And now you're trying to make me look bad. I'm not doing it on purpose. It's just a lot I don't agree with. Liar. That's not the way you want things to happen in your heart. And you know that. Why do you have to lash out at everything? Why can't you just be yourself for once? You're wrong. You're the one who isn't being yourself. I'm always myself. You're so twisted. That's funny coming from you. This isn't what we were talking about anyway. Why are you so angry? If I did something wrong, then I guess I deserve it. If there really is a good reason, then hey, I won't complain. So come on, tell me. I won't argue with you, just tell me what it is. You really want to know? Tsugumi sat down in the gondola. Her tone had almost returned to normal. Yeah, of course. She hesitated a bit, but soon came to sit next to me. Tsugumi looked straight ahead. She didn't try to look at me. Why? Because I want to know. Because I want to know what my friends are thinking. I put my hand lightly on her shoulder. I was becoming more and more worried. Maybe she was still trying to be stubborn. Tsugumi didn't try to shake off my hand, but she just sat there. That's right. You made me one of the gang, hadn't you? If you want to know, then here goes. I'll tell you. It's because in the end, I've become your friend. Why do you have to say it like that? You're not still. Tsugumi thrust her head into her pocket and took something out. Takeshi, you know what this is, right? Chummy. Jungarian hamster. Who cares? Where the heck did you pull that from? My pocket. I know that. That's not what I'm asking. Don't just shove him out and talk about him as a this. Hamsters are delicate living creatures and you should be careful with them. Yeah, you're right. But what else can I do? He doesn't have anywhere else to go. Chummy stood in Tsugumi's hand. He twitched his nose and looked at both of our faces inquisitively. Tsugumi stroked Chummy softly with the tip of her finger. Hey, Takeshi, you know what will happen if I go like this? Tsugumi grasped both of her hands tightly together. In between the cracks of her fingers, I could see Chami's soft, warm fur looking grey fur. Soon his body disappeared entirely in her hands. Do you know what will happen? Idiot, cut that out. Come on, answer me. Tsugumi started to squeeze harder. Chami, who only the tip of his nose was visible, turned his beady eyes towards Tsugumi. What are you talking about? It's totally obvious. What a stupid question. You want to talk about stupid questions? There's one for you. She started squeezing more. The space between her fingers got smaller and smaller. Chami twisted his body and started to struggle. Cut it out, Tsugumi. If you go on like this, Chami's gonna... The hamster looked at Tsugumi and me. In the end, I thought he even let out a small breath. Tsugumi crushed her hands together with all her might. They pressed together. Her hands were shaking with the effort. From the cracks of her fingers, red droplets started to fall. Well, Takeshi, what do you think happened to Chami? Tsugumi's voice was also shaking. Tell me. Tell me. No. You think I'm gonna answer you that? Open your hands. Tsugumi, open up your hands. Please just open them up. Now. Her hands were shaking heavily as they opened. Chami. Tsugumi, what have you done? He was dead. As his fur was slightly wet, Chami looked like a dirty old dish rag. Probably all the bones in his body were broken. All the blood had probably been squeezed from his body. He probably hadn't had any time to wonder it had happened so fast. His life had been extinguished. So, Takeshi, do you know? What do you think is going to happen now? Tsugumi? Cut it out. I shook Tsugumi's shoulders violently. I thought for sure that I would knock her down. I forced her to look at me, but Tsugumi was crying and her lips trembled as she bit down on them. Takeshi? Why won't you answer me? Chami is dead. He won't ever move again. In her hand, Chami seemed to move faintly, as if he'd woken up suddenly. His movements were stiff and barely visible and extremely slow, but he was actually moving. His heart had started beating again. He started thinking again, breathing again. I assume that thing has the same virus she does, right? He shook himself off slightly, fluttered his ears, and twitched his nose. He got up on shaking legs and even tried to stand. However, there was still blood on her hand. So, Takeshi, what happened to Chami? Our gondola at Qual had already passed the entrance to the ride twice and was just starting to make its third pass. One pass really wasn't that long. Altogether, we'd only been on it between just over 10 minutes. In that brief time, she had returned to normal and was sitting up on her palms, staring at the two of us inquisitively. Tsugumi was petting Chami softly again with the tip of her finger. Different than the kid. Different than you. You saw, didn't you? That was real. Chami has the virus. The first time I tried to pet him, he got spooked. He bit my finger, and my blood got all over him. So Chami's just like me now. No. No way. No way, I don't believe you. I still couldn't believe her. And what she told me about the virus earlier, what had happened right in front of me then. See, this little guy's alive. Tsugumi murmured as she looked down. He's alive. He's breathing, his heart is beating. But it hurt, didn't it, little guy? It was painful, wasn't it? I did something terrible. I'm sorry, Chami. I'm so sorry. Forgive me, I was wrong. But it's okay because you're alive, right? I started shaking Tsugumi's shoulders again. What the hell are you talking about? How can you say something like that? You just put him through something unimaginable. Now you're saying it's okay because you're alive? No. Tsugumi brushed my hands off. That's what you said. That's exactly what you said back there. It's enough to be alive. You're the one who said that. How about it? You saw what happened, right? You saw what happened to Chami, right? What I did to him? You saw it, Takeshi. And you can say, it's still enough to be alive? Well, it isn't. It isn't, no matter what you say. I won't believe it. It isn't enough to just have life. You can't say that's living. Do you understand? Or don't you? Takeshi, tell me. How about Chami? Do you understand? Her face was pointing down. I couldn't see her expression, but I didn't have to. I knew what it was. Tsugumi was crying silently. Countless tears fell from her face, like raindrops falling one by one onto the red-stained floor of Qual. I didn't know what to say. No words seemed adequate. Hey, do you know how many times I've died? She was trying to stay as calm as she could. I have no idea. I scarcely could move my lips as I replied. I don't remember any more anyway. In the beginning, there were said to be only a few of us carriers, but out of all of them, I was special. August 2005. I was 12 at the time, and my family went to America because of my father's job. A friend of mine then, Julia, she and I were at the same age, and she had to go to the hospital. They said it was a terminal disease. She had leukemia that was transferred back and forth to different places, but nobody could help her. But I kept going to see her, to keep her spirits up. Watching her smiling face, I couldn't believe that she didn't have long to live. I thought there'd be a miracle. I thought if I prayed enough, she'd get better. If I cared enough, her pain and suffering would be less. I believed that. Then one day, I got in an accident. An accident? Is this how you got the virus? No. Right after that, I left the hospital. Right after I left the hospital, I got hit by a semi-trailer. Broken bones throughout my body, torn muscles everywhere. I went into a coma. I even stopped breathing. It was hopeless. But for some reason, I didn't die. And a few months later, I woke up in an unfamiliar place. Where am I? It's a hospital. Which one? Well, I don't really know either. You don't know? I don't know why, but I don't know. My name's Tsugumi. Tsugumi Kamachi. You? Huh? What's your name? Well, I don't know that either. Sucks, huh? I woke up next to a boy with amnesia. Outside the window was unfamiliar scenery. I was pretty sure I was somewhere in America. But in order to find out just where I was, it would take another 8 years. 8 years? I was there the whole time. I was at the hospital. Who are you? I'm the physician who'll be attending to you. Physician? Oh, you mean you're a doctor? Yes, I'm going to find a cure for your sickness and make you all better. Cure me? I got in an accident and got hurt. No, it's a little different than that. Different? You have a new disease, one that we've never seen before. A new kind of disease? So that was... yeah. I don't know how I got it or when. But by the time I woke up, no, probably before I got in the accident, I was already in the process of becoming immortal. Alright, I'd like to take a little of your blood. Why? It's for our research, to find a way to cure you, of course. Research? Your illness is very rare. Rare? There are few people in the world who have it, and of all those people, you're special. Special? Your genetic code is being rewritten. It is truly fascinating. You're the talk of our whole medical center. I don't understand. What you're talking about. Hey, don't worry about it. We're gonna find a way to make you better, I promise. How are you gonna get some blood? Well, princess, we just... Hey, don't you worry yourself about it. Just give me your arm and we'll be done before you know it. It won't hurt. They came to take blood samples again and again. They didn't think much about it at the time. I didn't think much about it at the time why they would do that. The doctors kept telling me it's so we can find a cure for you. It's so we can help you and people like you. Hey, you there next to me. What? You're sick too, aren't you? Me, the same sickness as me? No, I mean, probably not, anyway. You mean you aren't sure? Yeah, I'm fine. I know I can... I can see the future. Is it the kid? This is what he told me. You're gonna have many tragedies in your life. But I don't want you to be sad. The first one is in 5 years, then 3 years later, then another 3 years. But you're gonna live through all of them. That's pretty much what he told me. It didn't take long for me to understand what he was saying, even at my young age. So give me, take a look. There's a cat and mouse over there. Oh yeah, they're so cute. I wonder why they're in a place like this. Yeah, those cages are so small, it looks painful. Do you want to let them out? I wonder if it'd be alright. It should be. Come on, let's do it. Hey, wait. Okay, everyone, run while you can. Hey, what do you think you two are doing? Uh-oh, the experiment. Everyone be careful. Whatever you do, don't let them bite you. Watch out, they're contagious. They were really mad at us. You opened up those cages so fast, you surprised me. They caught all the animals again. Yeah, they're right back where they were before. In those cramped, small cages. They're trapped again. Why do they have to be locked up that way? Why? I wonder. Why? I slowly started to realize why. I began to understand bit by bit that I wasn't being kept at a hospital, but a research facility. Nobody came to see me. IBF, obviously, right? And none of the patients ever left. And there were hardly ever any new patients. And the whole time I never knew where I was. Huh? They're all gone. You didn't let them out again, did you? No? Oh, well, I wonder where they went then. I don't know. But they shouldn't have been kept in such a cramped space anyway. Yeah. Maybe the researchers thought the same thing and let them go. No idea? It's no good. We still haven't been able to discover the reason or mechanism behind it. It happened right in front of me, but I still can't believe it. The only explanation I can come up with is genetic transfer. It goes against everything we know about science. They were stood up to 4 splicings. I think maybe they could take 8. Let's keep testing. No, if we continue, there's no mistake that they're still alive. They might even still react at 16. But they're not. These aren't living creatures anymore. Is that what you want to say? Perhaps. That way of thinking might have been correct according to our old way of thinking. But we have no idea of the possibilities this entails. That's not right, it's crazy. Ah, the mice are still here. They're so cute. Wait, something's strange. 1, 2, 3. Huh? Are there more of them or less? Did they put the cats back in their cages? The cover is locked. I can't get it off. Huh? What? Hey kid, where did the kid go? Answer me. Get out of here, it's time for you to leave. That's what it was like for 8 years, day in and day out. Every single day. The researchers called for me, telling me I'm your friend. But the truth is he wasn't. I was being forced to do all these tests and experiments, and they just used me like some tool. I stopped being able to feel pain, or to suffer. When I went back to bed, all I could do was cry. Then one day the kid next to me didn't come back. Takeshi, do you know why? Yeah. I mean, no, I don't know, but... So I don't have to explain it to you. Yeah. If it's too painful for you, you don't have to say anything more. Tsugumi was stroking Chami with a trembling finger. I put my hand lightly on Tsugumi's shoulder. To suddenly get hit by a virulent disease and become someone who would never age. Spent 8 years trapped in a research facility. I couldn't imagine how it must have been to go through that. I hate it. And I hate myself for talking about it. It's funny, isn't it? Whenever I'm with you, I find myself talking about the stupidest things. It's okay, you don't have to talk. I'm so sorry. It was totally irresponsible what I said back there. It was careless of me to talk about being alive like it was just a given. I don't want your pity. It's too late. It isn't like that. It's not like that. Tsugumi? I was wrong, okay? You were wrong? She screamed suddenly. Don't tell me that. You don't just take back what you say, not that easily. You want irresponsible, that's irresponsible. I don't know what to tell her. You're just like them. You don't understand anything. You throw around words like friend without really meaning it. You don't understand anything about how I'm feeling. You don't understand anything about what the kid's feeling. She was making me feel like it had been a mistake to say I'd been wrong. No, that wasn't it either. The truth was, there was no such thing as right and wrong. People who are alive should live as long as they can. You said that, didn't you? I'll survive. I'll probably die many times more, and I'll still be alive. Chami here too. But Takeshi, can you say that you're really alive right now? Are you really there in front of me now? What's wrong? You said you'd accept everything I had to say, right? You said that, right, Takeshi? She bit her lip. Her shoulders were shaking. She looked bitterly disappointed. Disappointed. And when she tried to live, she ended up dying. And when she tried to die, she ended up living. It was a process that repeated itself over and over without end. It wasn't right or wrong. It was her reality. It was something that she had no choice but to accept. But I still wasn't able to accept it. This is so stupid. I'm stupid. But you know what? You're way stupider than me. The gondola swayed. We'd arrived at the end of the ride. I had no idea how many times we'd passed by Qual. The door opened suddenly. She got up quickly and opened the door. Tsugumi? I stuck out my hand to grab it, but she swatted it away immediately. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. She closed the door from the outside. The jellyfish I was riding on started moving again. Stupid, I muttered to myself. Stupid idiot. I said it myself. I said it to her. I said it to no one and nothing in particular. To everything. Outside the window was the ocean. An ocean closed off from the light. When I passed under the shadow of the installation, the gondola became dark. And inside the darkness, all alone in the darkness, I bit hard down on my lips as I cried. Soon it was night. In the conference room, you, Coco, Pee-Pee were waiting. Even the kid. It looked like the kid had calmed down some. While I'd been gone, it seemed that you and Coco had been able to talk some sense into him. You told me that he'd probably been upset by a recurring memory and got worked up in spite of himself. I felt like I'd gotten out of hand and had said some terrible things myself. I went around to everyone there and apologised. Soon afterward, a report came from the conference room directly from La MMIH's terminal. You read out the contents to all of us. 3rd floor, Drite stock partition schematic. The cosmic whale room had flooded completely. Casualties none. Flooding to other rooms none. Chance of damage spreading none. Shivering slightly in the cold, I wrapped my arms around my knees, and we all went to sleep. I needed to be listening more attentively to Sora's report. It's like you, Coco, Kid, PP, and even Tsugumi. Everyone was listening calmly to what Sora had to say. No one was panicking yet. Last night Tsugumi yells had pierced my heart, yet her bitter bullet hadn't come out my back. It remained lodged inside as a constant reminder. She refused to look at me. Instead, Tsugumi just stared blankly in front of her. Perhaps that was for the best. No, that wasn't just it. Something else was bothering me. I turned back to the affairs at hand, listening carefully to Sora's report. The normal communication channels are still not functioning. Neither have I found an escape route. Tsugumi. After finishing my sandwich, I got up to the nerve to speak to Tsugumi. What? What do you want, Takeshi? Tsugumi crouched on the stage. I crouched beside her and looked to see what she was doing. There, Tsugumi was drawing something on the stage with a thick marker. As usual, Tsugumi didn't look at me. Well, it's... She stopped scribbling for a moment. I decided to come out and say what I had to say. About yesterday. I'm sorry, I didn't know what to say, but... About what? I really don't know what you're talking about. Tsugumi was curt in her response. Tsugumi? You're joking, right? There's no way you could have forgotten. I know I haven't. It's not simply something you can just simply forget about. I realize it's not something you can talk about casually, but... Her eyes wandered around the room for a moment. Then she looked down again at her scribbles she'd been drawing. I don't really care. I don't care about what happened yesterday. So would you please stop talking about it? Don't say anything. Tsugumi was back to her drawing on the stage floor. I'm trying to think of a way to get out of here too. So don't bother me. Tsugumi refused to look at me as she spoke. After that I felt a little gun-shy. Okay then. I stood up and left her there. I walked over towards where Sora was. Hey Sora. Hello. What may I help you with, Takeshi? Sora smiled softly when she looked at me. Nothing much, I just have a lot on my mind. Right now, the MMIH is handling operations, and will alert me if any troubles arise. The MMIH is also currently continuing investigation of means of escape, as well as communication with the outside. Please do not worry. Thanks, Sora, that helps. Can I ask what time it is? I need to set it on my... No problem, the current time is... Hold on for a second. I took my PDA from my pocket. What I did... Excuse me, Sora. Yes, Tsugumi, what's on your mind? She's going to talk to her about her plan for escape. Hey, Takeshi. About Tsugumi's injury. It's healing really quickly. She didn't even need stitches, you know? Tsugumi seems like she leads a normal life, just like you and me. And try not to worry too much about her, and just accept things as I see them, but... That just isn't normal. She looked down at her feet when she spoke. Have you heard about Tsugumi's condition? No, I haven't. Wait, I might have. You can be really vague sometimes, you know. Which one is it? I'm sorry, I forgot. You forgot? So you're one of those indecisive types of guys, huh? Come on, say something. I was silent. I figured it was something just between Tsugumi and me, and I really didn't know enough about her condition to say, yeah, I know something. Plus, I was still having a difficult time believing the whole thing. Even when I saw it with my own eyes, part of my brain refused to accept it. Let's just drop it. You really forgot, didn't you? Well, I guess there's nothing you can do about it. How come you asked me about it? I wonder why. You said this sarcastically, playing dumb, and then a serious look formed on her face. The truth is, when I was looking at MMIH, I came upon some interesting information in the medical database. It was from the Lieblich Pharmaceutical database. Lieblich Pharmaceutical? Database? I think they use it during treatment in the infirmary, but Coco and Pee-Pee? I could hear the splashes from them running around Echo. When I scoured the database, I couldn't believe what I read. A body that doesn't grow old. A mutated body type because of a virus. It shakes the foundations of modern science. I might have found something related to Tsugumi's condition. In the old database, I searched for a number of old medical records. I found one that mirrors Tsugumi's condition. Generally speaking, the number of cases of victims of this virus known is very small. What? Hey, hold on a sec. How come Lamu has that kind of information? I don't know, why ask me? All I know is that the data and the name of the virus. The name of the virus? Is it the TF Blau one again? Yeah, the name. It's called Cure. Oh, okay. Cure. I pondered the name for a moment. Just then, Everyone, we got trouble. And skip. Alright, this time we're gonna go wait a second, and if, with any luck, this should be the last major choice that points us towards Tsugumi's ending, if I haven't fucked anything up. So I guess we'll find out. Wait just a second. As soon as I said that, Tsugumi glared needles at me. What's the matter, Takeshi? You aren't chickening out now, are you? No, that's not it. If we're gonna spend an hour stuffed into that little room, I just want to make sure everyone was ready. You know, check to see if everyone had gone to the bathroom, brushed their teeth, taken a shower, and if you're gonna bring a snack, make sure it's reasonable. I heard the two rather large sighs. Saying something like that at a time like this, you really are a moron. Takeshi, it'll only take an hour. I'm sure everyone can wait. More importantly, we need to hurry, okay? It seemed that everyone was tired of my jokes. I just wanted to put everyone at ease. Okay, I'm sorry. So let's get moving then. When I said this, you, the kid, Tsugumi, Sura, and Peepee all nodded in unison. The kid and you held the unconscious Coco between them. We'd finished making our rounds. The kid had gone back earlier with you and Coco to the examination room. Tsugumi and I were in the corridor talking. No other options, huh? Yeah. So what are we gonna do? What do you mean, I'm thinking about that right now. Really? Tsugumi smiled slightly. You really like to waste your time, don't you, Takeshi? This isn't wasting time. Sorry, but it seems like just like something you'd do. Thinking about things that are impossible. When I said Tsugumi, see that Tsugumi puffed up her cheeks. No, I don't mean that. Why do you have to tease me? I never thought I'd hear you say that. I've no idea what to do, but we'll find a way out of this somehow. We've made it this far. Tsugumi laughed at my efforts to sound positive. Yeah, I'm sure we'll be fine. Yeah, that's right. We're gonna be okay. From a distance, a roaring sound reverberated through the installation. It seemed that it was being transmitted through the water to IBF. I wondered if that was the sound of the thermal vents. Or was it coming from Lemo? The situation surrounding us was exceedingly grim, and we were only left with the option of postponing the inevitable. Hey Tsugumi, about that old guy. The researcher? Too bad, huh? Yeah, but I was thinking, why was he the only one left here? Everyone else got out earlier, right? Well, because those guys didn't make it. I'm sure some kind of circumstances kept them from escaping, and circumstances kept them alive. Circumstances? Do you remember the entry logs we found on the terminals? Yeah, they were saying a few of them... Wait, are you saying... You remember the journal entry we found? Oh, it was him. His last words had been, take care of my daughter. I think that was Coco's dad. T.Y., Mr. Yagami, huh? He probably knew that Coco was here, and when the accident hit Lemo. Yeah, I'm sure he did. Maybe he survived because he was thinking about his daughter. The two of them leaned against a wall and looked calmly at the waves lapping in the pool. What do you think about Coco's condition? Why did Coco get TB anyway? Well, Coco's been to IVF at least once before May 1st. Maybe there was already an outbreak of TB virus at that time. What? TB's incubation period is 2 to 7 days. That's consistent with the timing of Coco's symptoms, isn't it? Yeah, I guess you're right. When Coco came to IVF, she was probably exposed to TB somehow. Nodding to myself, I figured that had to be the most probable possibility. However, everyone at IBF probably didn't realize the terrible truth that TB was spreading inside the installation. When they found that a few people had become infected, they must have panicked, and the situation got out of hand. As people started dying, the staff here tried to escape. When the escape pods ran out... Wait, that means the alarm that we heard on May 1st in Lemu was... I couldn't stop myself from asking. Tsugumi frowned and continued. Probably one of the terrified staff members forced their way from IBF to Lemo. Without following the standard decompression procedure, they opened the emergency corridors and fled into Incel Null. Those corridors remained open for a while, and the built-up gas inside the complex quickly escaped, bringing down the pressure. A section of Lemu started flooding when the watertight doors closed, and that's how we ended up getting stuck here. Yep, that's right. Meaning the alarm went off in Lemo was about for the abnormal installation pressure readings and the virus outbreak. You could say it was a couple of functions. I can't believe it. All I could do was sigh in frustration. What's the reason that no rescue team is coming here? I'm sure that's the reason no rescue team's coming. I'm sure that's it. With a solemn face, Tsugumi nodded, because they don't want to spread the IVF outside the facility. In that case, when we did the Sora ending, and the maritime defense people came, and I was thinking about it, the people that they did save, even though we stayed and died, the people they did save were all infected with TB, and there's no treatment for it. So what, did we destroy the world in that run? If the TB virus got out to the world outside, it would be devastating. So, if there were even survivors in here, it would be necessary to lock them up at the bottom of the ocean. Lieblich Pharmaceuticals may even be trying to hide the fact that there was an accident at all the while knowing that we're trapped in here. I kicked at a rusted bolt that had fallen at my feet. It bounced into the pool with a splash and slowly sank. Then I walked around, making stomping sounds as I went. The sounds of our feet echoed loudly off the walls of the narrow corridor. Well, if that's the case, then... well, you know, that means we've got to get ourselves back up to the surface no matter what. Why's that? So that we can tell the media all about what's happening here, that's why. We're going to put it to Lieblich. No matter what, okay? Okay. That's more like the Takeshi I know. Puffing out her cheeks slightly, Tsugumi looked at me. Really? Yeah, me too. I want to go with you, Takeshi. Together. Huh? Did you say something? It's nothing. For some reason, Tsugumi's face was red. Huh? I felt strange and stopped suddenly. I looked up. Tsugumi, what's wrong? I mean, Takeshi, what's wrong? Tsugumi followed my gaze to the ceiling. There was nothing there. She returned her gaze to me. I'm not really sure, but for some reason it's hard to breathe all of a sudden. Oh, here we go. Takeshi, your nose is bleeding. You got a nosebleed, huh? I hurriedly wiped my nose with my hand. My upper lip was wet with something. Hey, you okay? I feel like this run is... even the bits here are exactly the same as the last time, except instead of having Sora standing in front of us, we've got Tsugumi standing in front of us, but the conversation is exactly the same. It's just with a different sprite there. Isn't that weird? This seems like the main run too. The kids one seemed like a side story. This seemed like the more main story, but it seems like more effort was put into the kids' side story. Tsugumi looked worriedly at my face. Fine, I'm fine. Looking up, wiping under my nose, I replied, I wasn't thinking anything sexual, absolutely, positively. It's not like I don't care about that. Well, alright then. But the blood wouldn't stop flowing. I look like such a dork. Who cares what you look like? I care. Looking like this in front of you, what? Come on, what? Tsugumi started shaking my shoulder. What you? I let out a huge sneeze. Blood started dripping not only from my nose, but my mouth as well. Red flecks splattered on the wall and floors. Whoa. I was suddenly assaulted by dizziness. The world felt like it was spinning. For some reason I can't keep steady. Although I didn't feel so great, it seemed funny for some reason and I laughed. What's with this? Takeshi? Takeshi, hang in there. Quit shaking me, it's making me feel ill. Sorry. Hey, I'm fine, don't worry, Tsugumi. You're not fine at all. You're bleeding all over, Takeshi. We should go to the examination room and take a look at you at once. Yeah. This isn't good. I gotta get a hold of myself. I tried to calm myself down. With Tsugumi supporting me, I walked down the corridor. Just then a door flew open in front of us. It was the examination room. Out of it flew you. Tsugumi, Takeshi, the kid. The kid's in bad shape. Her face changed color as she shouted. The kid? What's wrong? He's in trouble. It'll be faster if you come in and look at... No, Takeshi. You too? You noticed the shape I was in and her face turned pale. Takeshi too? What are you talking about? The kid was sleeping on the LMRO table. I think this is the exact time we wrapped up last time, and I'm going to wrap it up here. I'm hoping these episodes are coming out at about the right size, but it's hard to tell with all the skipping. So I'll try to work them out to be around half an hour still, except for the ending, which will be long. The next one might be the last one again, I can't actually remember. But I guess we'll figure that out. So far, it's not really significantly different to the Sora run, but it could branch out a lot more. Or maybe I've got the bad end, maybe I fucked it up. Who knows? Hope you guys enjoyed it, thanks for watching, thanks for hanging out with me, and I'll see you in the next one.